This week on One Devotion, the reigning Rising Star Trophy winner sets his sights high with a new team. His former teammates and coaches honour one of the all-time greats. A Euroleague rookie and his hometown club make great strides together. And a classic rivalry inspires the best individual performance so far in 2015. One of basketball's all-time greatest winners, Sarunas Jasikevicius, will be named an official Euroleague basketball legend in a tip-off ceremony before Thursday's Game of the Week. A transcendent point guard for 12 Euroleague seasons, Jasikevicius is now an assistant coach at his hometown club, Sarunas, but his singular fame is such that all Europeans know him simply as Saras.
I thought that he's going to play forever.
Crazy, but great, one of the greatest.
Saras retired last summer as the only player ever to become a champion of Europe with 3 different clubs, starting in 2003 with FC Barcelona.
Ha sido un jugador extraordinario y con mucho carácter y he aprendido mucho de él. Y bueno, nosotros pasamos aquí un año histórico, en el 2003, cuando ganamos todas las competiciones y ganamos la primera Euroliga para Barcelona, que fue muy importante.
1 year later, with Maccabi Tel Aviv, Jasikevicius became the first player ever to win back-to-back Final Fours with 2 different clubs.
Saras was the glue for all of us, and he was the coach on the court. And Saras is a special winner. This is something what is making the best. He's always find a way how to win, and the win is his goal.
His march into the history books continued in 2005 as Saras led Maccabi to the Euroleague's first repeat championship of the century as Final Four MVP and became the only European player ever to three-peat without relying on the same team for all 3 titles.
I had many players, many point guards. On critical time, I had to look for them in the corners or with the fans. Saras always came to take the ball and try to win games. He was killer. He killed games.
Jasikevicius returned to the winner's circle in 2009 with Panathinaikos Athens for his 4th Final Four victory, the second most by any player.
It was very important because he made 2 very good games and he helped us a lot to win the Euro.
He's a very smart person and he understands that it's not so important if you start the game or not. It's more important for any player is to be in the court in crucial moments. So Sarunas always, it was in these moments in the court and helping the team.
In the Euroleague's top 10 all-time in 6 different statistical categories, Saras was universally admired for his talent, desire and basketball IQ.
We talk about a player that he was one of the best players in Europe ever.
He was always coming for the game ready. Before the game we talk a lot about small details, what to do, where to be. And with him, you know, you just need to be where he tells you to be, ball is coming.
Un jugador especial porque leía muy bien todas las situaciones, era un ganador y la metía exactamente cuando él quería y sobre todo en momentos importantes.
Most of the possessions, when the ball was in his hands, I didn't know what he gonna do with the ball. I'm almost sure that he didn't know either. But I was sure that something good will happen.
It was necessary just one time to say something to him and he understood immediately. He was like coach in the court.
most importantly, in a career that spans 16 pro seasons and 7 countries, Sarunas won the utmost respect everywhere he went, and especially from those who knew him best.
Sarunas was my teammate, my roommate. He's a very important part of my life, and one of the best memories that I have, my sports memories, is with him. I was blessed to play with him.
Fuera de la pista hemos pasado también mucho tiempo juntos y es una gran persona.
It was a great honor for me because I played with him in Panathinaikos.
Many good memories, many really good memories. We have excellent relationship, great player. It was a big privilege for me to have Sarunas like player.
As a player, as a person, I love him. Can I say something more?
Few players know the joy of moving back home to help their boyhood clubs reach the Turkish Airlines Euroleague for the very first time. But 27-year-old guard Evgeny Baburin of Nizhny Novgorod is one of them.
Да, действительно, я родился в Нижнем Новгороде. Что касается команды, то, что она будет играть в Евролиге, это я очень горд за город, я очень горд за эту команду, которая начала прям практически с нуля, то есть с низших лиг, и вышла в Евролигу за достаточно короткий срок, всего получилось 5 или 6 лет. То есть я очень рад этому, и то, что в нашем городе появился большой европейский баскетбол.
A hometown talent who spent 5 seasons with Nizhny in the lower divisions of Russia, Baburin graduated first, but returned again in 2012 to help bring his original club to prominence too.
Конечно, я как игрок выбирал команду, которая играет в высшем дивизионе российском, но так сложились обстоятельства, то, что я вернулся домой, именно вот в родной город, но приоритетом возвращения домой я не ставил. Я хотел получать игровую практику, хотел играть, и, конечно, хотел играть в высшем чемпионате.
Nizhny qualified for the Euroleague after an outstanding performance in its Euro Cup debut last year, winning its regular season and last 32 groups to make it all the way to the semi-finals.
Первый вопрос. Да, конечно, были немного удивлены, но мы верили в свои силы, и вот эта уверенность начала приходить после некоторых побед в том же Еврокубке и Единой лиге ВТБ. Когда некоторые матчи выигрывались просто на характере, мы с ребятами, с командой, с тренерами начинали верить в себя и понимали то, что это заслуженный результат, а не какое-то чудо просто случилось.
It was a far cry from his and Nizhny's early years together, when just getting promoted from Russia's second division was difficult. But last season, it was clear that something big was happening in Nizhny Novgorod.
Да, я думаю, становится популярнее, и показатель того, что больше людей приходит на игры. Если взять прошлый сезон, когда мы еще играли в Еврокубке, на финальные матчи, которые были уже в решающей стадии плей-офф, приходило достаточно большее количество людей, и это давало нам ощутимую поддержку, и с уверенностью могу сказать то, что баскетбол развивается в этом городе.
Now, a club founded as recently as the year 2000 is not only playing the Euroleague, but thriving in the top 16, which is already a victory in itself for someone who once wore Nizhny's shirt in Russia's third division.
Это был тяжелый путь, очень тяжелый, потому что не так просто даже в низших, в младших лигах завоевать первое место и пробиться дальше. Поэтому путь оказался очень тяжелым, но руководство, игроки и все, кто помогал клубу, выдержали это испытание и добрались до вершины европейского баскетбола, до Евролиги.
Baburin and Nizhny continue passing tests. He ranked among the Euroleague's 10 best stealers in the regular season, recording 5 in Nizhny's debut victory. Nizhny then opened the top 16 with a 20-point road victory before winning a second game with 109 points, the fourth most scored by any team this season. All of which begs the question, how far can Yevgeny Baburin and Nizhny Novgorod go together?
Да, конечно, этот сезон войдет в историю, потому что своими результатами мы заслужили выход в Евролигу. И это знаковое событие для города, для клуба, для команды, для всех просто представителей нашей команды. И я думаю, что мы уже себя вписали этим в историю.
Let's find out what happened in the games this week. Real Madrid gained a big home win. Maccabi Electra sneaked home after overtime. Panathinaikos edged a low-scoring contest and Žalgiris prevailed on the road. El Clásico provided the game of the week as Barcelona visited Real Madrid, and the hosts never looked back after jumping out to an early lead. Rudy Fernandez was instrumental, earning the weekly bwin MVP honour after an outstanding all-round display, while Sergio Rodriguez also played a key role with 23 points. Only a late flurry from Mario Hezonja, who finished with 22 points, provided consolation for well-beaten Barcelona. The group's other co-leader, Maccabi Electra Tel Aviv, had a much tougher task in a thrilling game against Galatasaray, which went down to the very last play of overtime before Jeremy Pargo sank a winning triple for the reigning champs. Zoran Erceg scored 29 points in a losing cause for the home team. Another tight contest came in Belgrade, where Crvena Zvezda had a chance to win with the final shot of the game, but Marcus Williams couldn't make a tough triple, and Žalgiris, boosted by 22 points from James Anderson, claimed the win. Another team triumphing on the road was Panathinaikos, which overcame Alba Berlin with a strong second-half showing. Last season's finalists Real Madrid and Maccabi continued to share the lead, with Panathinaikos just one game behind and Barcelona occupying fourth spot. Olympiacos won a battle of titans. On the rise, Turkish duo Fenerbahce and Anadolu Efes both triumphed, and Unicaja Malaga gained its first top 16 victory. A thrilling night was always on the cards in Piraeus, and the rematch of the 2012 final between Olympiacos and CSKA Moscow did not disappoint. A 32-point second quarter gave the hosts a half-time lead, and despite the efforts of former Red Milos Teodosic, who finished with 20 points, Olympiacos held on, as Vasilis Spanoulis showed his legendary steeliness in the final stages, handing CSKA its first defeat of the season. Fenerbahce and Laboral Cucha shared a memorable back-and-forth contest, with the home team looking comfortable in the third quarter as Nemanja Bjelica registered a double-double before Laboral raced back and had a chance to win the game on the final possession. But Fenerbahce prevailed for its first top 16 home win. The group's other Istanbul team, Anadolu Efes, also won a tight one, which went down to the wire as 18 second-half points from Stratos Perperoglu helped to overcome EA7 Milan. Unicaja Malaga claimed its first victory of the top 16 in an entertaining duel with Nizhny Novgorod, with 27 points for Trey Tompkins, not quite enough to overcome 29 from Jason Granger. CSKA and Olympiacos share the lead after the Greek team's victory in their meeting, with Turkish duo Fenerbahce and Efes just one game behind.
Marquez, yeah, Haynes. Pargo dances too a little bit.
Best dancers are Jedi Osman and Emirjan Koshut. Before the game, they had some special dances, you know, like we call them pelican moves.
Reggie, I saw him a few times dancing. He's very good.
Me? Yeah, serious. I'm not serious. I'm not dancer, but
I want to be like everybody kidding me because I am dance, and I can say for me that.
Jackson.
Joe Ragland, for sure. He knows all the new dances.
Dancer.
Best moves.
Let's say Luka Žorić.
I think Pedway again, he's a little bit good.
Best dancer, I think Tibor Pleiss is an amazing dancer. His coordination is unbelievable for his height.
I don't know. Marcus Lotter.
I think Yevtokas. He has really good moves and showing sometimes.
What a question. That's me for sure. Why? I don't know, because my wife is a professional dancer, so...
I sleep a lot, like everywhere. I can sleep in the plane 4 hours in a row. I have no problem with that, so...
I don't know, I sleep not so good.
Sometimes we're the last ones on the bus.
Just 22 years old and a starter for most of his 3 Euroleague seasons to date, shooting guard Bogdan Bogdanovic of Fenerbahce Ulker Istanbul offers a combination of skill, versatility and ambition that is rare in so young a player. It's so rare, in fact, that Euroleague head coaches last spring voted Bogdanovic the Rising Star Trophy winner after he finished his first full season in the competition, ranked 5th in scoring, with almost 15 points per game for Partizan Belgrade.
I put everything in the basketball and I give my all, of course, to improve. That's a big result for me and means me a lot because that was the coach's decisions.
Bogdanovic followed that achievement with a bigger one last summer, winning a World Cup silver medal with the Serbian national team. And despite joining Fenerbahce late for his first step in his career outside of Serbia, he has not missed a beat.
I have a chance to work with some guys who know my language, and they helped me a lot, especially Coach Željko. So I feel like home here.
Coach Željko Obradovic, of course, is the most successful coach in European basketball history, whose presence alone convinced Bogdanovic that he was doing the right thing by signing with Fenerbahce.
That was my first decision when I heard the Fenerbahce want me. When I heard Željko on me, we have some deal and some talk. So I was really interested in the way how he talked about my career in next season, and I hope it will be best for me.
With Fenerbahce, Bogdanovic remains a double-digit scorer and has played the 6th most minutes this season among all Euroleague players. His veterans' numbers can't change the fact that Bogdanovic is very much a product of his generation, as his enthusiasm for gaming, and in particular the 10-year-old World of Warcraft series, attests.
You know, I can lose some frustration on that game, and I like the competitive games. Of course, to be the best in the games, and World of Warcraft is the right game for that.
Bogdanovic's Twitter handle, @LeaderOfHorde, comes from World of Warcraft, and he doesn't mind saying that gaming helps his basketball too.
It can be a kind of mental preparation because it's a competitive game.
But when it comes to learning the ultimate competitiveness, what Coach Obradovic can teach him still lays ahead for Bogdanovic and Fenerbahce this season.
I hope I will learn to win the titles from Euroleague, and that's why I came here.
Nobody who bleeds Olympiacos red will ever forget the miracle in Istanbul. Least of all Vangelis Mansaris, a Euroleague rookie, in the middle of that historic 2012 championship game comeback. Down 19 points with 12 minutes left to CSKA Moscow, momentum shifted towards Olympiacos, when Mansaris' three-pointer closed the third quarter.
We started to control the game better than CSKA. Then we became more strong on defense, and on offense have more, confidence, and we came back.
Mansaris was still on court for the last 10 fateful seconds, which started with Ramona Siskowska shooting free throws, and CSKA still ahead by 1 point.
As Coach then told us, we foul everybody, but not Siskauskas, We foul Siskauskas, but he missed 2 free throws both. Yeah. You never know what's gonna happen.
That's when Vasilis Spanoulis got the ball for Olympiacos, and Mansaris raced ahead to the three-point line.
I say, if he passes now, I will shoot. I will make it, You don't think, it's in the blink of the second, you don't think that moment. And then I see he passed to Yorgos, and then I don't remember anything about that. After this, I don't remember nothing. Because, we start to cheer, we start to get crazy, I don't remember anything after this.
Mansaris never tires of watching the shot that made him and Olympiacos champions.
It stayed in my mind for the rest of my life, for sure.
What he will also remember is the lessons he learned.
Me and my teammates will never stop believing that we can win the game. We made it so far, we say we're here at the underdog, so must find until the end. That's what we did, and that's how we won this game.
Rudy Fernandez showed why he has been named to the All-Euroleague first team for 2 years running on Thursday, when he put together one of his best performances in leading Real Madrid to a convincing 97-73 victory over arch-rival FC Barcelona in the Game of the Week. The victory kept Madrid tied for first place in Group E, and his stellar game earned Fernandez the top 16 Round 6 B-Win MVP honour. Fernandez torched Barcelona for 22 points on 6 of 7 two-point shooting, 9 rebounds, 5 assists and 3 steals for a performance index rating of 38. The index rating was both his career high and the highest by any player in the top 16 this season. This marks Fernandez's 7th weekly MVP honour and his first this season. Let's check out the top 5 plays of Round 6.
Number 5, Istanbul, Turkey. Galatasaray in possession. Justin Carter finds Patrick Young. A lot to do, but how he does it! He brushes aside the challenge of Devin Smith for a show-stopping slam. Look at the devotion. Number 4, Piraeus, Greece. A sweet connection for Olympiacos. Oliver Lafayette floats up the pass, and a fellow hunter lives up to his name. He goes hunting for an awesome alley-oop rim rocker. Number 3, Istanbul, Turkey. Fenerbahce's unstoppable Jan Vesely receives the pass from Emir Preljit, and up he goes. A spectacular monster slam unloaded by Jan Vesely. Number 2, Berlin, Germany. Possession for Alba Berlin, but not for long. It's the one and only James Gist stealing the ball and going all the way to the basket. Incredible stuff from James Gist. A great steal. And then he will not be denied. He explodes a huge one-handed dunk. And the number 1 play of the week, Istanbul, Turkey, final seconds of overtime. Jeremy Pargo takes matters into his own hands. He sinks a game-winning, buzzer-beating triple to send Maccabi into wild celebrations.
An Istanbul derby between two fast-emerging forces highlights the action as the top 16 reaches its midway point in round 7, while the game of the week comes from one of the most passionate hotbeds in world basketball. The game of the week sees Žalgiris Kaunas welcome Group E leader Real Madrid for their 9th meeting in 3 years, 8 of them won by the Spanish powerhouse and their MVP leader Sergio Rodriguez. Žalgiris will rely on James Anderson to change that trend and rejoin the playoffs race. Meanwhile, it's a rematch from last season's playoffs as FC Barcelona hosts Galatasaray Live Hospital Istanbul with a pair of big men who play like guards, Ante Tomic and Zoran Erceg, poised to compare their unique skills again. Panathinaikos Athens tries to stay undefeated this century against Crvena Zvezda Telekom Belgrade and keep well ahead of their visitors in the Group E standings, as a pair of prime-time passers, Dimitris Diamantidis and Marcus Williams, lead their teams. Also in Group E, co-leader Maccabi Electra Tel Aviv goes after its third victory this season against visiting Alba Berlin, and sixth in a row on its home floor. In Group F, Abdi Pechki Arena in Istanbul will be jumping when crosstown rivals Anadolu Efes and Fenerbahce Ulker square off in a pitched battle for playoff position. Fenerbahce and scoring star Andrew Gaudelok have won 6 consecutive road games, but Nenad Kirstic and his young Efes cohorts ended another team's unbeaten streak in their last home game. Nizhny Novgorod welcomes Olympiacos Piraeus to Russia for a historic first-ever meeting between those teams, as Euroleague top scorer Taylor Rochesty goes up against one of the best in the business, Vasilis Spanoulis. Also in Group F, CSKA Moscow looks to bounce back from its first loss at home against EA7 Emporio Armani Milan, and Unicaja Malaga travels to Laboral Cucha Vitoria in a must-win Spanish derby.